Braden McNabb went into the boards awfully hard on a non-call on a trip by Victor Arvidsson. He's going to gut it out tonight. Darnell Nurse was one of the men who beat Aiden Hill 3 times in a span of 5.5 minutes, and we're underway. Klingberg up the left-hand side. Vegas able to gain control. Dorothea back in the Vegas lineup. A drive by Haig and a save by Skinner. The exception was a McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, and Nurse edition. 2017, they lost Anaheim. Centering pass, quick shot, save made. Aiden Hill.
Let this one go from the high slot. Here's the little chip down low. This line's been really good for the Edmonton Oilers. 2 goals in game number 2 for the 4th line of Edmonton, and this one.
Here's Draisaitl in over the line. Give and go with Bouchard. Back behind the net, you've got McDavid. Snaps a pass out to Bouchard. Slap shot to save Hill. Nugent Hopkins dashes back to make a play to Klingberg, who gets buried in the corner by Karlsson inside. A one-timer flicked away by Skinner, protecting against Reilly Smith. Barbashev had to get past him, allowing Skinner to climb the clock for Klingberg ahead for Corey Perry. Crowd urging Stuart Skinner on. Here's McDavid walking in. Dish to the trailer. It's Perry. Shot! Score! Michael under control against Nugent Hopkins and Henry. Pass missed by Olsen in front. Back here. Saved by Stuart Skinner.
What action. Here's the one-time attempt right here by Olofsson. The stick shattered on the first one. This one gets chopped to the net. It's Stone that has a chance on the doorstep in the right pad of Stuart Skinner.
The Golden Knights 2 shots on net, but nary a goal. Here's a turnover. Kane down low. McDavid dishing one-timer off the crossbar from Draisaitl.
Get across and take that one away right after the penalty expired. Beautiful pass by McDavid to Draisaitl, and he rings the crossbar.
Puts the brakes on down low. Deals back to Bouchard. Across to Nugent Hopkins. Bouchard. Shot. Scores. Perry. The tip. 2-0 Edmonton.
Said this morning, this power play has to make plays a little quicker, and when that shot is available, you have to take it. Corey Perry, one of the best net front guys, to 50 points, or 50 assists, in the playoffs. He's on that list, too.
Here's Draisaitl working his way to the Vegas line. A turnover and a 2-on-1 for the Golden Knights. Nick Waugh to the net. Pearson can't finish. A blast by Haig, got through Skinner. Rebound, slam home. And Vegas has cut it to 2-1. Skinner down and out, and the Golden Knights kept at it. And I think it was Nick Waugh, the last to nudge it over the line.
Tough game number 2 for Nick Waugh. He took the 5-minute major in overtime. Sit in the sin bin for him. And here's just a great backtrack right here by Keegan Kolesar as he just takes that puck away, dishes it to Waugh. Now, it looks like Darnell Nurse does a great job to break it up, but it's the blast by McNabb, and we watched McNabb in the warm-up. Sorry, it was Haig. Sorry, my bad. Haig gets this shot right away back to the net. It drops down in front of Skinner.
Noah Hannafin takes over for Vegas. That goal a little reminiscent of what we saw in Game 1, Louis. Could be a big one for Vegas. Here's Smith to the net. Backhander score! And suddenly the game is tied. The Golden Knights strike twice in less than a minute.
This puck on a stick, only 1 goal in the previous 8 games in the playoffs. One of the original Vegas Golden Knights. And similar to how Edmonton sets things up in the neutral zone, it'll pass back to him with speed. And he just keeps going. Little dangle inside the line, is able to walk around Podkolzin, and then the backhand through the wickets of Stuart Skinner. Little fake flare on the forehand, brings it to backhand. 2-2 game. Stretched the glove out. It was just by it.
Henderson winds it around. Hyman back to Kulak. A one-timer save. Rebound. Oh, Hill made a terrific save on Ryan Nugent Hopkins.
Above the front teeth, and he said there was a few cuts inside his mouth, but otherwise he's okay and ready for period 2.
Yeah, you would have been carving out my gravestone if I took a shot.
So you mean right square in the face is what you're saying?
In front, backhander, a tough save by Stuart Skinner against Tomas Hertl.
game in the last 2 games especially. Game 2, they were much better than Game 1, and they've turned some pucks over again in the offensive zone in game number 3. Right here's a prime example. Second man quick to the puck, and it's fished out of there by Waugh, and Tomas Hertl with a nice move from forehand to backhand tries to get Skinner down and out, but he makes a great save.
Pietrangelo walking the line, looking for a lane, can't find it. Here's a drive by Olsen, the rebound, wrap around, save! Skinner denied.
This here, you're going to see Pietrangelo look up and he sees the stick of Olsen. He's got inside positioning or outside positioning on Emerson, but he's got his stick down the ice. So it's a quick little pass. He takes this, fights to the middle, gets this shot away, and that's a quick release. And that looked like a tap-in for Hurley. Just couldn't handle the first one, but then he has the wherewithal to wrap this one around. A big guy with a long reach, and that's just a terrific.
Sets up Pietrangelo. Slap pass, misfired, intended for anything. And the puck clatters off the corner boards. Long change for Edmonton. Karlsson trying to keep the pressure on, dishing off, getting it back, and scoring! 3-2 Vegas.
But the Vegas Golden Knights counter this puck quickly and make Edmonton pay. Guys going to the bench, it's Karlsson, who seems to have a tank that doesn't ever run out, just continues this play, little give and go, and he gets this puck back from the middle and one times at home for the first lead of the Vegas Golden Knights. Noah Hanifin, the defenseman's jumping up on that rush, and he makes the pass back. And that's the dangers of the second.
In a row in the playoffs with a lead after 2, Louis. We saw that come to an end. And then going into game 2, they had won 42 in a row when scoring at least 3 goals. And that streak came to an end.
That was a beautiful pass by Draisaitl. A better defense by Karlsson. Could not allow Arvidsson that clean shot.
Here's Pearson with Waugh hanging to the net. Waugh denied by Skinner.
Heavy action here. Hertl tries to get up and out off the bench here. A little collision with the linesman. That sets up this play. Beautiful pass into Waugh. He tries to go glove, and Skinner flashes the leather.
Building speed, gaining the line. Draisaitl, a backhander sifted wide. One time by Woman. Save Hill. Rebound. Hill. A magnificent stop on McDavid.
On the blast by Walden. Here's the entry by McDavid. He was just flying in the zone. This backhand here by Draisaitl misses, and Walden steps into that blast. There's one save, but that's the better one.
Another key face-off. This time more even off the draw, but plucked out of there by McDavid. Back to Bouchard. Down low, McDavid. Challenged by Shea Theodore. Center up and score!
There's McDavid's dad, Ryan, in the stands watching this one, and this place is erupted. Chance after chance after chance, and he'll have the solution. But this one here, a hard pass across, goes off the skate of Brayden McNabb, so a little friendly fire. He wants to try and put this one through to Leon Draisaitl, who goes from wide to narrow, looking back door, and it goes off the skate of McNabb.
Here's William Karlsson. Driving around Leon Draisaitl. They'll chip and charge back in. Karlsson trying to center off to Skinner. Waiting. Reilly Smith shoots, and that stayed out at the horn. Smith is screaming. He thought it. Put it underneath the bar.
This is unbelievable. This looked like it might have gone in.
This might be in.
And it's Karlsson. I mean, William Karlsson gets to this puck first using his speed. He finds Smith, and then the patience to walk around.
At 0.4, the puck completely crossed the line. Goal.
We've got a series. Reilly Smith with his second of the game, third of the playoffs. It's going to be the game winner with 0.4 of a second remaining. Louis, you and I aren't even midway through the second round, and we've seen about just...
It goes off the tip of the blade of Draisaitl and finds its way across the line. They had to come back out. Everybody had left because this game was over essentially with 0.4 seconds on the clock.